And joining us this morning is Ashley Owensby, who is First Lady or co-pastor at the Valley View Church of God. Ashley, good morning to you.
Good morning.
What a day yesterday at Valley View. Tell them a little bit about Mother's Day service.
Well, our women's drama team, every year, they do a ministry to the church. I don't call it a performance because I believe it's ministry. I brought a word that I felt like the Lord had for me to speak, and it was on getting your fight back. As a mom, fighting for those that you have passion for, your children, your spouse, your city, your church. Great day in God's house.
You had a stick with you yesterday, too.
I did, and that's very relevant for what we're going to be talking about shortly about our conference. I would say about 3 months ago, the Lord had really been dealing with me about prayer and fasting, and I watched Jamie Massey, I watched Judy Jacobs. They had a prayer staff, and they talked about how that represented authority. And so all of the women at our church, our men, have staffs. Some people might think, how odd that is, but when you go to prayer, it's not something for the light of or faint of heart, it's for a warrior. So that's what we take our sticks for. It's our staff.
Fantastic. Coming up in just a few days, It'll be the 6th annual Women's Conference at the church. Yes. I know you're excited about that.
Oh, it's going to be powerful. Jamie Massey will be with us again on May 26th. We're looking for a great service. It starts at 7 p.m. Nursery is provided. I will be bringing a word on the day after, on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Lunch is provided that day. Our focus is on Psalm 23. I know that most people think that the shepherd, the 23rd Psalm, is only relevant for times of loss, maybe in the time of death. But I will tell you, in every situation we face, it's good to know the shepherd, that he walks close beside us, leading us, guiding us, being a comfort during our loss, being a time of refreshing for us. And I don't know what I would do without him, Jimmy Dale.
How did you get started with this 6 years ago? How did this come about?
Well, our women's director, Regina Clark, it was really a passion of hers. It's something that she birthed. And we're so excited for her and the way that God has moved in the women's ministry at our church. She's very detail-oriented, and so I want to give Regina Clark a big plug. She does it right. She prays about the speakers, and then she puts her feet into action.
Fantastic. Now, why a women's conference?
I feel like we have a women's conference because it is something where women can meet other women, maybe not on the same road they're traveling, but it's a road maybe they have traveled or will travel. And to me, there's nothing like a bunch of women getting together, and it's almost coming together in one mind, one accord, as the Bible talks about, and it's like we can relate to each other. We have a good Father, and He's always looking out for us. And so to me, Jimmy, it's like women can minister to women in such a relevant way.
Ashley Owensby, who is First Lady and co-pastor at the Valley View Church of God here in Sylacauga on the Talladega Highway. And this event is for all churches.
Oh, it's for all denominations, because we understand at Valley View, this is not a denomination thing, it's a Jesus thing. And we're so excited about what God is doing in our city, what God is doing in our church, and the churches in our area. So I'm asking you, I'm inviting all the ladies. There's no age limit. We ask that all women from all faiths come on May 26th to celebrate Jesus. He is the focus of this conference.
Now, Jamie Massey is no stranger. She's been here several years.
Oh, she has been. They pastored in Atlanta for 18 years, and the Lord has changed their season, so they're in the state of Sweet Home, Alabama. They're back home. They're at Summiton Church of God, where she is also the co-pastor with her husband, Victor.
Now, she's very active in ministry too.
Oh yes, she is. She is a powerhouse, speaking all over. She's not just a local speaker, but she's nationwide, and I'm excited for what the Lord is going to bring through her. I understand that she has a powerful word for that day.
Now, what about women who have small children? You going to be able to accommodate that?
Yes, we have nursery provided for both services, for the 7 p.m. service on the 26th and also for the 10 a.m. service on Saturday.
This conference has been in the works since last year's conference, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And for ladies who may be watching this morning or who maybe feel kind of outside the circle and maybe got a lot of stuff going on in their life, can this be for them?
Oh, absolutely. I encourage you, if you're a mom, if you're a single mom, if you're a woman that has suffered any kind of abuse, or maybe you've walked with the Lord and you've stepped out, our church, and it's not just our church, I feel like the Lord has opened His arms and is just welcoming people to come back home. So I encourage you, no matter where you find yourself today, I'm asking you to come to this conference, because like we had talked about, this isn't a Valley View thing, this is a God thing. And so I'm asking you to come with an open heart to receive what the Lord has for you.
It's a Friday and a Saturday event.
Friday and Saturday events.
And the dates again?
May 26th and 27th, 7 p.m. on the 26th and 10 a.m. on the 27th.
Now, do you have a fellowship luncheon afterwards? Or
Yes.
Okay.
On Friday night, there will not be a meal provided, but on Saturday, we have a meal provided, and there's no cost for this conference.
Now, you guys have been pastors at Valley View, what, 15 years or so?
It'll be 16 years, July the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you remember when you got started here?
Oh, wow.
Kids were little then, weren't they?
Yes, they were. I told my husband, I said, we came with 2 little girls and a dog and a U-Haul, and never would have imagined that 16 years later that we would have a 25-year-old, 22-year-old, and a 13-year-old son that are so actively involved in our city, in our church. And I told him just recently, I said, I feel like we will retire here, because when the Lord plants you somewhere, until He's ready, we're going to just keep plugging.
You know, it's unusual that pastors stay that long at a church, no matter what denomination.
Exactly. But when the Lord calls us, it's almost like that until we understand that our mission is completed, and that's not complete until He returns. We have decided not only to follow Jesus, but we've decided to follow Him all the way.
The 2 girls are on the praise team and have jobs here in Sylacauga. Yes. And Elaine is really involved with the drama team, and he's an excellent musician too, right?
Yes, he is. I'll give the girls a plug over at Trendsetters. They both do hair. Lane is 13. He is on our worship team, our adult worship team. He plays the guitar, and also he won State Teen Talent for the state of Alabama in the Church of God with his guitar. And he will be representing Valley View in the state of Alabama in Cleveland, Tennessee in July. We're excited for what the Lord has.
You know, it hadn't been a couple of years ago, the girls won a high honor at a musical talent search in Tennessee too.
Yes, it was a thing that was sponsored by Gerald Crabb.
They Great songwriter.
Yes, very much. And they won a recording contract with Daywind, and they have CDs that are available, and who knows what the Lord is going to do.
You never know. Ashley Owensby, co-pastor and first lady at the Valley View Church of God Women's Conference, coming up in just a few weeks. When you speak to women, you just don't speak to women. You've got this conference coming up. When you begin preparing for something like this, as far as you being ready to speak?
Well, when Regina asked me, this is a first for me to speak at our. We speak every Wednesday night. The ladies have a powerful class every Wednesday night at 6:30, and so I speak to our women. But when she asked me, immediately I went into prayer about it, and I find it not ironic. But the theme for this conference is focused around Psalm 23. I lost my dad last year. It was very unexpected, and I knew the shepherd before. But somehow when you walk through the darkest valleys of your life, you understand, you know Him on a more personal basis. And so as I have been preparing in prayer, it's like, Lord, I know You as my shepherd. I know You as my healer. I know You as my deliverer. And so basically that's how I've been in a time of prayer and fasting. And it's been a long time coming that I've been preparing. And I just believe God has a word, powerful word.
You and Pastor have 2 adult children and a teenager now. And oftentimes you begin to slow down a little bit. It seems like you're just hitting another gear here.
Well, my mom, we just came back from Florida, and my mom said a word, and I took it almost as a prophetic word to me. She said, Ashley, I see you rounding a corner. I see that as a new season, Jimmy, and I'm excited because Pastor just turned 50 a few weeks ago, and I'm excited. There's no time to stop, but I do feel like this is a new season for both of us.
All right, Ashley Owensby, our guest this morning, and the latest conference, again, recap that for us.
May 26th and 27th at Valley View Church of God. We are excited that you'll come and be a part of this. Jamie Massey will be speaking on that Friday evening, the 26th at 7 p.m. I will be bringing a word on Saturday, the 27th at 10 a.m.
All right, thanks for being with us this morning.
I've enjoyed it.
All right, we've got more Daybreak just ahead as we continue here on this Monday, May the 15th.